In April of 2016, Boris Johnson lost all credibility. Now, for years, he's been the goofball, he's been somewhat of a clown and entertaining, but 2016 was the year that I lost all time tolerance and patience for the man. And while I was on VidMe ranting and raving about this, there wasn't enough on mainstream media that was telling people just how deplorable this human being was. Now, what happened in April in 2016? A British woman by the name of, and I apologise for butchering this name, Nazanin Zaghari-Ratcliffe, was on a trip to Iran, visiting family. She's a charity worker, got family in Iran. Okay, fantastic. Boris Johnson, at that time Foreign Secretary, came out and said that she was a female journalist and that she was overseas teaching journalism. So the Iranian government arrested her. And for the past 2 years, that is where Nazanin has been, in an Iranian prison cell. While Boris Johnson bumbled about the place, oh, it was only a little slip of the tongue. No. Now, the average person, if they don't quite understand the trenches of foreign politics, especially when it comes to Middle Eastern countries, okay, that's not a massive deal. But it was literally Boris Johnson's job. It was Boris's job to know these ins and outs. So there's one of two realities here. Either he is so unbelievably incompetent that he should have never been given that position. There's a lot of credit to that. Or he's so racist he just doesn't give a damn. Now, mainstream media seem to have forgotten this within about a week. The Tories are very, very good at misdirection. The fact that Boris Johnson is 100% responsible for a British citizen sitting in an Iranian prison is unforgivable, while the man comes out and offers tea to journalists trying to divert attention. But there is a little bit of good news in this story. I read today in the Evening Standard, and I'll try to link that down below, that Nazanin has been given 3 days temporary leave. Now, her lawyer is saying that they're very hopeful and they might be able to extend it or even actually get her out full time. But she's been given 3 days, which, I mean, she's a lot better person than I am. She's so grateful just to be with her family again, to be reunited with her 4-year-old daughter. 4-year-old daughter. Boris Johnson is responsible for taking away 2 years of this woman's life, from missing 2 years of her daughter's life. But as I said, she's a much better person than I am. She's just happy to be reunited with her family. I will try to keep on top of this as best as I can, and I hope more people talk about this, because Boris Johnson got a British citizen arrested in a foreign country on BS claims. She is not a journalist. She is not taught journalism. She works for charities. She was going to Iran to see family. Because of Boris Johnson, she was arrested. Now, some people are putting a lot of the blame of that on the Iranian government. Yeah, absolutely. But at the same time, if you're going to do that, then you should give Theresa May hell for just agreeing to give Saudi Arabia £100 million in aid for the atrocious human rights violations that Saudis constantly do. Not just slaughtering 40 children, but beheading people in the street and so on and so forth. This is Boris Johnson's fault. Because of Boris Johnson, she has now lost 2 years of her life. Staying positive, staying hopeful, maybe she'll be able to come home after this. I really, really hope so. As I said, I'll try and stay on this, and I'll let you know when I know more. But being reunited is a good step. But let's not forget why she was incarcerated, why a British citizen was incarcerated in an Iranian prison. It stops and ends with Boris Johnson.